Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Claude. This is Michael Buckoff from BetterToeflScores.com, and you just sent me an email. I'm going to take a look at what you've said and see if I can give you some good ideas on what you need to do based on your TOEFL scores. So you say, hi Michael, thank you for giving this opportunity to thousands of people who need to take the TOEFL test to get a chance to be admitted at international studies. My answer is, you're welcome. I am a native African French speaker. I have never had the opportunity to live in a country where English is the main tongue. I learned English at secondary school only, and you know that means to be taught English language by French speakers who never lived in English-speaking country. For example, pronunciation and speaking. After secondary school, I continued self-studies in English. Actually, I need to satisfy the TOEFL IBT score to be admitted in a master's program abroad. The university requires 90 to be admitted definitely. I took a first TOEFL on April 2nd, 2011, and I scored only 70 points. So the main problems I met are, time was very limited for me, since I am not a quick reader in the reading section. I am not fast in note-taking. I was nervous and had panic. I have pronunciation problems. I have to retake the test. So what can you advise me in this particular case to make a score on the next test? Thank you, Claude. All right, Claude, well, it's pretty simple. So first of all, based on what you're saying, you actually need to improve your reading speed. So there's kind of three ways you can do that. Number one, you need to study some good college level vocabulary. Number two, you need to practice reading for longer periods of time, approximately 45 to 60 minutes a day. Unfortunately, you have to do this for several months to get benefit. Number three, you have to be familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading test-taking strategies. You have to understand the test, the kinds of questions you're being asked, and how to answer those questions. So a combination of studying vocabulary, reading extensively, and understanding the reading TOEFL test-taking strategies can help you to read faster. So that way you'll have more time to answer those questions. Number two, you need to improve your note-taking skills. You already know this. This is very, very important for the integrated speaking and integrated writing sections. You also have some pronunciation problems. Now, you are a perfect candidate for my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. I can help you. We can work together. I have 7 steps. Now, because you're at Better TOEFL Scores, I'm guessing you've already watched my video. You've probably clicked on the links below the video which tell you about my special welcome to my system, and also I will tell you exactly how to use my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. We can work together, so I would like to invite you to become one of my IBT students. It's simple. You simply need to click on the subscribe button, after which time I will add you to my course. Now, as you work through the first step, which is vocabulary, a lot of that is self-study. But you really do need to spend a lot of time, especially on my TOEFL Vocabulary Lesson 3 and TOEFL Vocabulary Lesson 4. Now, step 2 is pronunciation. I'm going to be honest with you. I've worked with French speakers before. It is very tough to improve your pronunciation problems that you're having right now, being that you are a native speaker of French. However, in step 2, that's where you get my Speak Clearly, my pronunciation, speaking, and intelligibility service for non-native speakers of American English. You get 50 lessons, and you take a pre-test for your vowel and consonant sounds. I will listen to the pretest. I will make recommendations of which vowel and consonant sounds you need to focus on. Then you study those lessons based on my suggestions. Once you study the lessons relating to the vowel and consonant sounds, then you take your second pretest. And this is where I get involved again. I will listen to the pretest and then I will make some recommendations as to which lessons in the second part of my course you need to focus on. So Claude, in my second part of my Speak Clearly lessons, we focus on grammatical word endings, syllable division, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, thought groups, and blending. These are major areas, very, very important for TOEFL speaking. I can help you to speak more clearly, but you got to be willing to work here. Remember that I'm the teacher, you're the student. I can show you where the water is, but you have to drink that water. We have a saying in American culture that says this. It says, Claude, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. You see what I'm saying? So I give you exercises, I give you suggestions, I tell you what you need to do to get better, and then you do it. Right? And you will get better if you do these things. Now, in addition to the vocabulary and the pronunciation, I also have grammar, I have reading, I have listening, I have writing and speaking. Now, in the listening lessons, I have one specific lesson. It's a 63-minute video. It tells you exactly how you can take faster, more accurate notes. This is TOEFL listening lesson number 1. I think it's important that you study this lesson and you develop a note-taking system that works for you, that's fast, and that can capture the main points of the reading and the main points of the lectures that you listen to during TOEFL speaking and TOEFL writing, and also it'll help you improve your note-taking for the listening section. You can do this. We can do this. Now, once you've gone through the first steps, you get into the writing and the speaking. These are my steps 6 and 7. Now, once you go through the writing lessons, you begin taking practice tests. At my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL test, at this membership site, I have specific practice tests for independent and integrated writing tasks that you can take. You take the test, you post it on the website, I read it, I evaluate it, and I score it. I will tell you, based on the ETS rubrics that they use to score those practice tests, I will tell you where you would score right now based on a score of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And finally, once you get to the 7th step, which is speaking, remember, once you get to my speaking step, you've already gone through my vocabulary lessons, you've gone through my pronunciation lessons, and you focused on your accent a lot, and you're sounding a lot better. Then you get into my grammar lessons. Then you actually take my listening, reading, and then my writing lessons. So once you get to the speaking, you're going to be very good, very organized. You'll have everything that you need. Again, I have several different lessons to help you in your independent and your integrated speaking tasks. Once you go through the lessons, do what you did with your writing lessons. You're actually going to post some sample speaking responses to some of these practice tests. I listen to them, evaluate them, and score your speaking responses according to the rubrics that ETS uses to grade those independent and integrated speaking tasks. So, this is my advice to you. And I would recommend, you can do whatever you want, but I would not schedule your next TOEFL test, maybe not for a month or so. Give yourself some time to go through my TOEFL lessons and to get some of my feedback, particularly with your pronunciation, your writing, and your speaking areas of the TOEFL. And by getting feedback from me and then going back and studying or reviewing some of my specific lessons, I think we can go in the right direction. But I'm going to be honest with you. I believe right now that we will have to fight really, really hard with your pronunciation. Your writing, I'm looking at it right now, very nice. You have a very nice style. You definitely don't use only basic grammar. You use a combination of basic and advanced grammar. You use connecting words like who and where. That's really good. Your punctuation is good. Your word choice is good. You have very, very nice writing style, right? So I think that very quickly you should be able to do very, very well on TOEFL writing, both independent and integrated writing. Once you learn how to organize your notes, and you can do that, your integrated writing score should be really, really high, really fast. But like I said before, you and I will probably have to fight pretty hard when it comes to your pronunciation. Alrighty? So the question is, will you become one of my students?